when you go through the life insurance, let's do this first. By the way, if you don't mind me asking, how much do you know about life insurance?
Not very much.
Okay. Well, if I may, I'd like to take about 5 minutes to teach you everything I know about life insurance. I don't know too much. I do this with every single client. All right? Jeremy's done it, and we've had agents do this for 15 years. I mean, it's a simple presentation. And what it's going to do, in most cases, it's going to get people away from doing buying term. You're going to come back, and we've done this in front of groups, and have people come in and they'll love it, and after we're done, they'll say, why would anybody buy term? Okay? The next thing they say is, this is the first time anybody's ever explained life insurance out, so I understand the different types. Okay, that's how simple this is. And it's a 5-minute presentation. If you learn to do it the way I do, I'm not even talking about 9 out of 10, I'm talking 99 out of 100 will come back and say, why would anybody buy term? It takes the term sale out of it. All right, and this is the way it goes. All right, so, I'd say, how much you know about life insurance? Whatever they say, doesn't matter. Well, if I may, I'd like to take about 5 minutes to teach you everything that I know about life insurance. I don't know too much. Okay, that's why I say that. All right? First of all, there's term insurance. Okay? And follow with me. You can take the notes afterwards. But follow along with me for a minute, and then we'll go through this. First of all, there's term insurance. Term insurance is the least expensive initially. The problem with term insurance is the premiums are guaranteed to go up over time. And when you get all done, what do you have left? Nothing, right? It's all you're just spending. You're spending the money. If you think about it, it's just like renting. You ever rent an apartment when you first married? Why?
It's cheap and easy.
Yeah. It's the least expensive initially. But what's the problem with renting? The rent is guaranteed to go up over time, isn't it? And when you get all done, what do you got left? A bunch of receipts, right? Okay. On the flip side of that is permanent. Okay, permanent life is the most expensive initially. The great thing about it is the premiums are guaranteed to be level, though they can go down and they can even stop. And when you get all done, you're guaranteed to get all your money back, plus a pay type return. Right? And if you think about it, it's just like owning a home. Okay, do you own a home? Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Makes more sense.
That makes more sense long term, right? Was it more expensive initially?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got all your payments and everything else, right? The great thing is the mortgage is guaranteed to be level though, right? In most cases. And it can actually go down by refinancing and stuff. It can actually eventually stop making payments, right? And when you get all done, you should be able to get all your money back, plus, when you sell it, plus a bank type return, right? Okay? Right? Now, in between these, there's a lot of combo plans. All right? They're going to be less expensive to buy permanent, but more expensive than term. Right? Generally, the premium is going to be level, but they can go up or they can go down. And hopefully, when you're all done, you'll get most of your money back, if not all. It depends if it's more like term or more like the permanent. And I look at this as like a mobile home, owning a mobile home, or condo. Condo being more like the permanent, the mobile home more like renting. All right? If you think about it, it's going to be less expensive than owning a home, right? Or more expensive than renting. I mean, more expensive than renting, right? The premiums, a lot of mobile home or whatever because of the fees, lot rentals, the whole 9 yards can go up, can go down. And hopefully when you're all done, if it's a mobile home, you probably won't get all your money back. A condo, you may make all your money back, right? Depending on how long you keep it. Any questions? What do you think?
Do you always do the part about the combo plan?
Yeah. Yeah.
So where's universal life
Permanent.
then? And if that's the case,
What do you consider middle of that?
you say it's guaranteed.
Yeah, well, I look at the permanent, if you're overfunded, it's guaranteed. Just like a whole life. If you fund it like a whole life. If you underfunded, it's more of a combo plan. This will be return of premium, term with whole life, term, with riders and stuff. This is your combo plan. See, I used to always say this was whole life, but now it's on a lot of whole life. So I just call it a permanent plan to be overfunded. Does it make sense? All right, now the keys to this, and I don't know if you want to take notes, term, it's the least expensive initially. Now think about what I'm telling you. I'm answering any objections they have even before they ask, all right? I'm already saying this is the least expensive initially. The problem is, this is guaranteed to go up over time. Whether you buy a 10, you may have a guaranteed premium for the first 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, but at the end, is the premium guaranteed to be higher? Yeah. And when you get all done, what do you got left? Nothing. So isn't it exact all you're doing when you buy term is renting, aren't you? And then you equate it to renting a house. Why did you rent a house or an apartment? Because it was the least expensive initially. The problem is the rent was guaranteed to go up all the time, and when you get it all back, you only got a bunch of receipts.
I'm going to take the time to explain universal or variable or anything like that.
Do they care?
Well,
No. Again, keep it simple. Does this give them the basics? Can they understand this? Yeah.
So now, where do you go from, you've explained this, they've got it in their head, they're thinking, well, perfect sounds good if I can afford it.
Yep.
And so what's your next step?
My next step is I'm going to finish the fact line, and we'll talk about that in a second. But that's why at the end here, I ask them, any questions? And 9 out of 10 times, or 99 out of 100, they'll come back and say, why would anybody buy term? You buy term when you can't afford anything else. Okay? Let me ask you, do you rent anything in your life right now? David?
Just right.
Okay. All right, everything else you buy, right? Why?
It's cheaper.
Cheaper long term, isn't it?
We know people that go crazy with that, like the center and they do everything. Just everything.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And all the money keeps just going out the window, right?
Everywhere they go.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. Okay, see what I'm saying here? It puts it in perspective. See, that's our job. Our job isn't to tell them what to do. It really isn't. That isn't our job. Our job is to help them put things in perspective. Because nobody else is telling them those things. In language they understand. Most agents are talking way above the client's heads. And then they wonder why they aren't making a sale. I mean, you've seen them, Tony, and Jerry, and I assume you've seen them too, Larry. Is, you know, these companies. This is Phil Calandra, Dave Lewis.
Hey, Dave. Phil. Good to meet you.
And have you met Larry?
Yeah. Yeah, hey there. Good to see you. Sorry I'm late.
Yeah.
Some of us have to work. Hey, smile so you got to say it, right? Smile, Moody.
Small Louis,
Just 70.
75,000? Not too bad.
Could be 100, but I didn't need it all. That's it.
So how much you done this month? Not too bad a month, huh? For a month, and nobody, you know, everybody's busy, and, you know, you can't get to see anybody, right?
Take the rest of the month off.
Yeah.
My case is all closed.
Yeah. He already made Chairman's Council for Ameris, which is 102.
102.
102,000. That's based on a 60% commission rate, which is on the clear side.
So is this title you get, how much a year or what?
Yeah. Chairman's Council is a trophy, one win and everything else. So, which isn't too awful bad. And you'll be in the top, like 1% of all agents with the nerves this year. Yeah.
Except I can't go on the trip.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Moscow.
Go on this trip at the same time that the Bermuda trip was stuff.
You missed the most important thing that I was gonna do today.
5-minute lesson?
Yeah.
3-minute lesson? I use that as well.
Did you? How did it work?
It works well.
Doesn't it? Be surprised how well this works because it puts it in perspective for the client. And that way, by the way, what this normally does is takes out their objection to a permanent plan. I mean, 99 times out of 100, they'll want to go with a permanent plan. Ask Germany. He's lost more sales doing this because they said, well, we're going to wait until we can afford to do a permanent. I'm serious. Right, Jeremy? Lost a few term sales because they wanted to wait to do the permanent?
Yeah, a couple.
I mean, you can position that by talking about, when you talk about the term, one of the features of it is that it's convertible to these other two. And
Oh, yeah, he can do it now. But,
sets that up.
yeah, no, I'm saying he did it when he was first doing it. Yeah, now it's easy to do, but yeah, you just set it up. That you're asking the question, you know, that this is, well, we'll do term now because that's all you can afford. Right? And then we have to go, keep on converting out of it. Right? Or, when she didn't know how to do it at the time, was do a combo plan. I mean, when I was first in the business, with MetLife, remember when they come up with this $25,000 policy, Jerry? You were with MetLife in 82, right?
No, 93.
Oh, no. Well, when I first come in, all they were selling was $5,000 and $10,000 policy. And they come up with this $25,000 whole life product. It was the standard for about the next 10 years.
I saw a lot of those.
Yeah. And we sold a lot of 25s, a lot of term riders to get beef up the death benefit. By the way, that was another interesting thing. Is my first few years in the business, I always carried an illustration. Now you understand, back in '82, We didn't have computers. A serious.
You better carry an illustration.
You had to, if you wanted to show a client anything, you either used a rate book and calculated it out of the rate book, and how much cash value and everything else.
Marshall's fun, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but his agency manager was one of the agents I trained.
Who, by the way, just took a step down.
Yes, I heard.
So,
Yeah. But Marshall Rosen was one of the first agents I trained back in 1983 or 84. So it's a small world.
Probably make more money now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's headaches.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can make a lot of money. It's a good branch manager, though. All right, where was I before that? I'm sorry. I hate when I do that.
Policy underwriters.
Yeah. Well, we should sell a lot of $25,000 policies with term riders in order to get protection on them. Or so,
We're talking about computers.
yeah, we didn't have computers, so we had to run 25, and so we all took a 25,000 illustration in our binders or whatever to show the client. And we took, we take one for each 30, 35, 40, and 45 or something like that. All right? And so we sold a lot of 25s with term writers. And I says, look at my stuff, and I'm saying, geez, I'm selling all 25s. I said, I wonder what would happen if I put a $100,000 illustration in here. My production doubled that year because I started showing 100,000. Now, I didn't sell all 100,000s, but I sold enough of them to double my income. Interestingly enough, what you show them is usually what they buy. Most agents are afraid to show them too much or to show too much permanent. Just remember this statement. You can always go down, but you can't go up. If you show them a premium of $2,000 a year, all right, and you try, and after talking to them, shit, I goofed. They would have bought 3 or about 4. Show them the 4, and if they balk at it, then go down. Okay, don't, show them, don't go low first. Okay? It was a valuable lesson I learned. All right. Hey, disability insurance. How many of you have disability insurance right now? Okay. Let me ask you. Is your disability policy to age 65? Okay, why? Okay, what's the odds of you becoming permanently disabled?
Well, 1 out of 3 is the average, they take it for a period of 2 years.
Yeah. What's the odds you become permanently disabled? Very slim, 1 out of 100, 1 out of 1,000. I don't know what the odds are myself. But the average disability is between 2 and 3 years, right?
2.8 years.
Excuse me?
Most people are back at work in 2.8 years.
Yeah. Right. I again, from an agent's perspective, what policy do they want to sell? Now, why? Or lifetime, yeah. Okay, why?
Because of the premium.
Okay. It's why they make the most commission. All right? But is that really in the client's best interest? If it keeps him, and understand, if they got plenty of money, that's fine. But if it's keeping them from saving for college education, or keeping them from saving for retirement, or getting the things they want, right? Is it really necessary?
So how do you ask that?
Just like I just did.
Do you say the line about the agent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When an auto dealer sells your car, what does he want to do?
Loaded down with extras.
He wants to sell you the most expensive car he can. You know, and most salespeople are gonna do that.
Especially glitter
Yeah.
added extras.
Yeah.
They're even better than factory.
The undercoating,
You know, is it really in your,
rust protection.
is it really in the client's best interest or in your best interest? Or is it in their best interest? Now, my whole philosophy on any insurance is the old A.L. Williams philosophy, believe it or not. Yeah. But he was right in a lot of things. Great marketing company and philosophies were in the right church, just the wrong pew. All right, because I don't believe in replacing insurance and everything else. Because it accomplishes exactly what he's talking about. All right? Which is becoming self-insured. Isn't that his overall philosophy? Is to become self-insured. And I'm a great believer in that. So if I had $1 million, do I need a disability policy? Matter of fact, if I had $1 million in the bank, would they even let me buy a disability policy?
No, because you're a real candidate to go out and do.
That's right. They won't even let you buy it in most cases. Or they may let you get a 25 or 30 or 40% disability policy. I mean, I had a client that had $10 million in debt and wanted a disability policy. And he was only making like $100,000 a year. They said, no way. He's got more money than he needs. If he becomes disabled, he's self-insured already. We're not going to put ourselves on the hook. So the whole idea is to become self-insured. Right? And really, that's what whole life does. Or any permanent policy. And this is what you tell clients. And this is where A.L. Williams was wrong. Because what he was saying is, all right, that if you get a $100,000 death benefit, right, and you die, all that cash you got built up in here, the insurance company gets. Well, that's not really true. Because what we're talking about here is if this is the cash value and this is the death benefit, whether it's a UL whole life, it doesn't matter, this will be an option A, okay, is what you're getting is, as the cash value builds, you're paying for less and less death benefit. That's a whole life.
Got a higher and higher cost out of
It's a higher and higher cost, yes, because as you get older. But that doesn't really matter. The fact is you become self-insured. So and that's why that policy endows at age 100. Everybody understands what a Dow is, right? When it endows, if you get a $100,000 death benefit, the cash in is $100,000. So really, it's just your money. Okay. All right. And if we're going to be talking about an option A or option B, which is an increasing death benefit, or the whole life with a dividend option, okay, really, yeah, okay, really what you got is the cash value on top of that, plus a death benefit, right? So, I mean, really you always get your cash anyway on a whole life that pays a dividend. And if you go to option B on a universal life, you're always getting your cash. Okay. But it builds better when using universal life if you use an option A, because you're paying less and less insurance. So the cost, the fees and stuff going down are less and less. Make sense? Any questions about anything that I've done? All right. asking about the life insurance, you go through and let me tell you everything I know about life insurance and everything, and then you get all the rest of the information about why they bought the life insurance they did. What made them come up with 200,000? How did they get that number? That's what they have. How much do they have at work? What is it costing them? They bought term. Is there any particular reason why you bought term? You know, and if you've already, and that's probably when I would go in and do, let me tell you everything I know about life insurance if they've got term. You know, so I may wait in the middle of what I'm asking about the life insurance. I may wait and say, you know, by the way, how much do you know about life insurance? And then I'll go through that. Okay, I'll check the beneficiaries on their life insurance. I don't know, most agents don't. All right, and that it really surprises me. You know, I mean, I go out and check a policy, and you want to talk about something that gives you credibility. If I went out and talked to Phil, and he's got his wife listed as the main beneficiary and his kids as the secondary beneficiary, I might say to him, because I know his kids are young, all right, you know, let me ask you, if something happened to you and your wife, and you've got your 6-year-old kids, or 5-year-old? 6. Okay. You know, what's you're going to give them $200,000 or $500,000? Okay, that's exactly what you've done on this. I think this insurance company going to give 6-year-old kids $500,000?
Not unless the parents are rich and got a whole lot of insurance.
Are they still going to do it?
Oh, yeah, I've sold $500,000 policies on kids.
No, I say giving them at his death, if he's got a $500,000 policy,
Yeah.
and he's got his kids listed as beneficiaries.
No, they're not.
They won't pay.
The court's gonna take
Yeah.
over and manage that money until they're of age.
Okay, and, you know, is the court going to charge a fee for that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, you know, so what should we be doing?
I'm just regarding as beneficiaries.
Refer them to my attorney.
Good trust.
Get a trust. It has to go into a trust. You know, I mean, so it's going to delay everything. It's going to get messy. Whoever gets it, the money. I have some that have left it to their kids and bypassed the wife. Now the wife is going to be named trustee, and she's going to have to account for every single penny. I mean, this thing gets messier and messier and messier. And you just talk to the clients about it. Now, are you making any money on that? No. But how much have you really helped them? We talked about disability income already. Any questions about that? Well, we talked about that. And either way, that could be long-term care, disability.
You're saying get rid of the phase it out.
I'm saying that they probably only need a 3-year benefit. If it's keeping them, we say with long-term care, if it's keeping them from saving for retirement or saving for college education or whatever, do they really need to have that much?
Can that be adjusted down? You have to rewrite
You probably, in some companies, you can adjust it down, if they've had it a while, and they may keep the same premiums. If it's, it depends on the company, unfortunately. I mean, the nice thing that's going to happen is you can end up writing a new policy.
Right.
Gee, forced to write a new policy. Okay. I mean, I could talk all day about disability insurance.
How would they look upon that? If you write a new policy and lapsing, providing somebody a lapsing policy.
Yeah, and you explain it out. See, I mean, that's why,
What I'm saying is from regulatory standpoint, is there anything you gotta watch out for in doing that, or?
No, I mean, in your recommendations, what you're going to say is, we've discussed it, and the option is that if you keep the current policy, right? It's keeping you from saving from retirement. Which is the higher priority for you? And they're making the decision.
You've got to document the client's rationale for doing it, which better be sound, bottom line. And it's the client's reason for doing it, not something you get to say that's really an issue here.
Yeah.
The client wanted to change because, bang, 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 here. If you can do that, then you're okay. If you can't do that, you better take another look at what you're fixing to do.
Yeah, because that's why you fill out replacement forms. You know, it's to document why they're doing it.
Just a question on you do the life insurance, find out what they have, why they have it. Then you did the life explanation, presentation. And then from that, you go right into asking about disability, and you kind of you did your little life insurance piece for now.
No, you know, and I'll find out how they come up with the amount of life insurance they needed, why, and everything.
So you might even do a needs analysis of that.
Yeah, at that point, when you're doing needs analysis,